Morning to the global community of Tacians. Today being the 2nd of July, I did promise yesterday in my short audio that I would have given just an example for those Tacians who have between 5,000 to 500,000 coin, and they're Tacian with more than 500,000 coin in our community. I personally can attest to that one. And so I would also give a little note at the end, because we cannot make our personal interests override that of the community. Sometimes we do it unknowingly. We do it unknowingly until when we are pointed out, or when explanation is being given, then you say, oh, I wasn't even thinking. So we will not take tack out to the sea and drown it. We have to think deep in what we're doing, especially if you want the program to maintain momentum and grow out from the middle. We are the foundation, and the building will be on our shoulders. Then and therefore, we have to be strong. So example, and these are not promises of any income statement or financial advice I am giving. This is for example only, and no one should recruit Tacian promising that the coin on the exchange will be appreciated on its own by the admin for 5, 10, 15, 20, 50,000, and no one should go out there and fool any Tacian to tell them, oh, come invest your money now, the coin is going to be at 20,000 on our exchange. No. If you're doing it, it's misinformation that you need to correct now. And so let's look at examples coming up here. For those of you who have 5,000 and above, let's say that the appreciative value out the gate is $5. 5,000 coin. Your wallet now will have what? 25,000 in value. You put the coin at $15 times 5,000, that is 75,000. 50 times 5,000, that is 250,000. $100, that's 500,000. Some of you have more coins than this when the coins were sold for 0.025. And so with 500,000 in your wallet at an appreciative value of $100, you already have 500,000. Of which you will have only spent 12,500. So this is the power of cryptocurrency. And for those of you who have, for example, 20,000, using the same figures, 5,000, it means that you already have 100,000 in value. $15, that's 300,000. $50, that's 1 million. 20,000 times $50, that's 1 million. $100 times 20,000, that's $2 million you would have had in your account if you had 20,000 coins and the value were to be appreciated out the gate at $100 per tack. 50,000, those of you who have 50,000, using the same value times 5, that's 50,000 times 5. Yeah, that's 2.5 million right there. Then you have times 15, 7.5 million right there. Times 50, 2.5 million. Times 100, that's $5 million. For that person who have 50,000 coin. Times $100. 5 million in value. Did you go out there? How many hours did you work? Where did you apply? This is the power of cryptocurrency. For those of you who have 250,000 coin, times $5, that's 1.25 million. Times 15, 3.75 million. Times 50, 12.5 million. Times 100, that's 25 million US dollars. With a person that would have had 250,000 worth of TAC in their account, should the price be appreciated at $100 going out the gate. Do you see where we're coming from? Why I said that in our pursuit, in our ambition, we have to be careful and to be mindful. To be careful and to be mindful. And to be able to sustain that momentum. Because it's one thing to bring the coin to an appreciative value from the admin standpoint. But what happened to the community and the momentum to keep it going and to increase the value? Because it is more important to the community to raise the value than the admin. Because it shows that you have the will to grow it. But if you put it at a value that it only stays there and it doesn't move, it means that we have promoted ourselves to a level of incompetency. And a lot of companies do that. When they want to get rid of senior management and they don't want to pay them, they give them position that they know that they will not be able to manage. And through their incompetency, they fire them. We cannot bring TAC to that level of incompetency because of our vision. And that's it. We should have big dreams and ambition and vision, but not at the detriment of the coin. We must be able to expand that vision so the community can see it, not just one person. So we have to be very mindful. And for those of you who have 500,000 coin, at $5, that's $2.5 million there. At $15, that's $7.5 million. At $50, that's 25 million. And at 100, that's 50 million US dollars. These things, as I told you, the way how wealth is going to be created in this industry is not by longevity, is by a collective group of people decide to really bury ignorance and greed and selfishness and detox yourself from the system that says that you cannot, and enter into the spiritual realm where all things now become possible. I have been saying since nearly a year and a half, going for 2, cancel your order. As a community now, cancel your order. Anything below 20,000 and see what happened. I put the challenge out. What was the response? I don't need to tell you because you're in the community. You didn't do it, but you want the admin to do it for you. No, the admin cannot do that for you because it would not be authentic. It would not be credible either on our behalf as a community. When the admin do something, it must give the community an opportunity and the tools to grow. And that is why at this point, with the, apart from you can change TAC into any coin on any exchange, while the buyer is willing and get other coins that are more user friendly as it is now in the ecosystem, it's possible. Other than that, you will have to provide liquidity, not liquidity, but rather utility. Hence the reason is importance for diasporan city. When we appreciate the coin at the value that will be decided, can we take it from that value to the next? That is the question. When we put it, whether at 5, 10, 15, 1,000, 5,000, 20, 100,000, will you be able to manage it from there? You cannot manage it from 3 cents and 5 cents and 10 cents. Because we are not working together as a team. But you want the admin to put it. You know, even the infinite, the principle would not even allow it. Not even principle would allow it. When the infinite wept over Jerusalem, why he wept? Because of their unbelief. He of himself could not have done what he could. It's the same principle in our community here. If you do not believe in the coin, how can it grow? A lot of you don't believe in the coin. A lot of you are there from day one, but you're still questioning the coin. So it comes to a point where you see an opportunity to contribute and you want to use that opportunity to kill the coin because of selfishness and greed. That's what it is. We cannot make our self-interest override the bigger interests of the organization. And so, before we even comment, we need to do our own research. Go around, look around in the industry. What is happening? Even the father or the mother of all coins at what, 30,000, below 30,000, below 31,000 for nearly a year now. Why? Ask yourself the question, why? So we have to be very mindful. And the reason why it is in fewer hands than when it started. That's what killed many coins today. The developers of the coin have majority of the coins in their hands. And the community is very small. Where are you going with that? So I challenge the community, as you challenge the admin, to put the coin at 50,000, 20,000. You know, somebody came into the forum, I think last night. Oh, someone introduced me to tax since 2019, and I'm not, and I don't see nothing, and I don't get nothing out of it. Really? Really? All the training, all the audios, all the write-ups, everything that is happening in TAC. Every day you come in, somebody introduce you, and they left you and you don't know where you are. What is your responsibility? Now they've introduced you and you're sitting around the table. What is your responsibility? What is it? With all the information on cryptocurrency, don't you, if nobody say anything to you, don't you not follow what is happening in the forum? As if you were sleeping and you just wake up after 2-3 years. That's how it sounds. Sometimes I don't wonder, before we even utter things, if we do not think. Because that's why the infinite says, even when a fool held his peace, is counted wise. Because as you open your mouth, then people begin to measure your weight. They begin to measure your weight. Yes, you have been introduced. That somebody that have interest in you, realizing that this is where the next billionaires and trillionaires, this is where the world is going. Did I not say that Buckingham Palace is stamping the approval of cryptocurrency? All the central banks around the world now have their own cryptocurrency. Fidelity, with over $4 trillion is investment. They are now applying. BlackRock, they're all applying now to the security exchange for platform that you can trade cryptocurrency. The biggest players in the industry, and you coming in this forum saying somebody brought you in the industry, but you don't know. With all the information, with all the training, you still remain a daft. You still remain a daft in the forum, taking no time to understand what is going on. The biggest transformation of wealth, somebody introduced you to, and instead of you take some time to read, to do some research, so that you know how to position, that you yourself know how to expand and to speak about the vision and the mission that we're on. That is why I say to you, no one should go out there bringing in people on false pretense that the coin is going to be at 50,000, 20,000, 10,000, 500, 100, because you were not told that. You were not told that. And so I want to thank you again for those of you who have who are pregnant with the mission and the vision of TAC. Because may I say to you, the enemy is also giving their contribution in the forum. They're giving their contribution in the forum, but to the detriment of TAC. Good morning.